Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In the first four sessions, we learned basic operations of Excel. So right now, we'll go into the functional side of Excel. So what can we do with Excel and what are its uses? So today we'll basically start with basic mathematical functions of what you can do. So let's start the session. Let's say if you want to add some numbers. So in Excel, basically what you will do is going into the formula bar, you type all these numbers and you add a plus 2, 3, 4, 5. By doing this, every time you have to change something, you have to do something, you have to change it. Change a number and once again add it. So to overcome this, we'll give references by filling the cells with 2, 3, 4, 5 and you go there and you directly, instead of values, you directly add the cells. So whatever value the cell contains, it will give you the sum. So if you change some of it, then the sum changes. But what if even this is difficult for some large data sets which are nearly, if there are some 100 to 120 numbers, what will you do? So to overcome this, Excel has some inbuilt functions. So for those functions, you can directly browse into it. If you can check there are max, and if you can find all the lots of functions in here. So today we want to talk about some of those functions. Let's start with the simple one. Let's take some numbers. First one is 1. Next one is just add plus 1. By doing this, when you copy the value down the cell, it will automatically fill all the values by adding plus 1. Since you take in reference A2 here, when you move down, A2 becomes A3, A3 becomes A4, A5. So using this, you can go down and down like this and you can find the same. So now if you want to have sum, just click sum and it shows the function here. You can use, as usual, you can use plus, or you can use plus, or whatever you want is the same. So you can have plus equal to as well. After selecting the values, every time you type, you can have either comma. Every time you select something, type a comma. See, just like this, you can select a comma, click and close it. The sum is 66. We know it's correct. So, and you can even do this if you don't want to have a large. If you don't want to select every value, you can directly select the total range. See, A2 to A13. So it still adds and gives the same values. See, you can check the values, both are same even if you select each cell individually or each cell differently. You can even have product, all you have to type the first 2 through 4 words and you can directly get the word with the product. You can even have average. If you want, you can directly calculate and check are these values correct. But yeah, obviously this will be correct. So this is how you can do some of this function if you want. Next, you can even have, if you want to have some product, you can directly have some product. See, some product gives if you have, let's say, take two arrays, let's fill it. See, so sum product just multiplies two of, if you select two arrays, sum of it just multiplies the side by side numbers, 1 into 2, 2 into 3, 3 into 4. So it multiplies plus 12 into 3. So it multiplies everything by this and gives a sum product of 728. So basically these functions will be helpful for you to do your mathematical calculations in an easy way. So now you can even use, you have power function, which is used to raise any number to any power. Let's say a5 comma 2 gives 16. So what is the number you enter first? 4 and 2. So it gives you 4 square. So next you can check, you have this max function, which gives the maximum number. Gives the maximum number. See, next there is a min function. Min gives you 2. After all this, you can even find the log values, logarithm values. You can take log directly, and you can have for a same base, whatever the base is, it will give the value to that, whatever you want. If you can check it to 3, see, so whatever value it is, it gives you log. So if you don't want to log for this, just press log 10 and it will just ask a one value, directly gives the value of log. And if you want for e, then you can go to ln, it's a log and it's len. So directly whatever you want, for whatever base you want, you can directly find using log. Even if you want for e, you can directly use this as e as base, and you can even use whatever base you want for with this log function. Next, you can even count. See, if you select until 21, basically we selected right now, we selected 20 cells, but it's only showing 12. So what count function does is, it counts all the numbers that are filled in that particular range. So if we select these 20 cells, in this there are only 12 cells in which there is a number present. So counts the number of cells that are having a value in it. If you check for this as well, it gives the same. Next we will give to some logical functions, if. So if has, for if you have to give a criteria, you have to give a range, and what is the value. If you have to give a criteria and then a range. See, a logical expression, value if true and value if false. Let's check. If b2 is equal to 2, comma, value if true is, let's say true, if false is, let's say false. Since it is a text, when you are giving some text, you have to keep it in apostrophes, because then it will read it as a text. It will show true, since b2 is equal to 2. So if it's a 3, then it's a false. So that is the if one. Next, it sets to its logical equations. There are some operators also. You can even have, you can use add, which just gives addition to two numbers. So for this you cannot select a range, you have to select a number directly. Since if you select a range, it shows an error, and the error is obviously not good. So when you are doing an operator, operator is basically used for since two equations. You have to keep it in mind. You have to only use two different cells by using a comma. You cannot use a range using operator functions. Next, after add, you can have gt greater than if value 1 and value 2, give two values to greater than, click it's true since the first value is obviously greater than the second value. If you give next, you can give less than or less than, then it gives a false value. If you give a less than or equal to, since it will give, once again it will give a false value, you can use greater than or equal to, whatever you want you can use, or you can use, there is another logical operator is between. Next, select a value to compare. Next, an upper value. Next, an royal value. So why is it showing error? According to what 2 is really in between 4 and 1, but the problem is first you have to give a lower value, next you have to give a bigger value. Now since 2 is really between 1 and 4, it's showing true. Let's select 6. Now since we selected that, let's select 6. It gives false since 6 is not between 1 and 4. You can even check what all the functions are there in here. You have add, concat, divide, equal, greater, whatever these are all functions for two operators. So one more thing is, remembering all these functions is very difficult. So that is why this functional dictionary is there, which has all the list of all functions, and if you click it, sometimes you can click it, by clicking it you can directly get the function. And sometimes when you apply a function, you don't know what to do with that. See, let's say if there is an operator on concat, and if you don't know what to do, you just click this question mark button. If you click this question mark, it shows the description about it and what it will do. So here, see, you can see returns the what does concat function do? Concat function returns the concatenation of two values equivalent to AND operator. So the operation for this is AND. So if you select two values, what it does is 9, 10, and it will even give the description of what to do here, what to select. All you have to do is select two values, that's it. So I select B and 9. So I selected 9 and 10. What it does is an AND operator, it mixes both and it gives 910. So this functions database is used to select all the functions, and if you go into all, every function is there in it. All you have to do is where to start and just what function you have to use, just type it. So this is enough for this session. So we'll meet in the next session, and we will basically discuss some more logical operations mixed with these mathematical operations. So please go through this video once again and visit our website and attempt the quiz to get a better understanding of this topic. Thank you.